Well, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday, and y'all want me to, when I turn the camera on, you want me to film whatever I'm doing, so it's nothing extraordinary. I'm just going to visit a little bit and make some scrambled eggs, and I'm going to use spinach in them, and I'll make toast. And that'll be my breakfast. Mother wants cereal this morning, so let me get the eggs and we'll get to going. Okay, I wanted to kill two birds with one stone. I bought this Dole spinach, and that is a big box for like $2.99. So you have to use that, you know. You can't let it. This is big enough for a dinner party. But I was going to have a dinner party. This spinach here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put what I need for today. Because I've decided that for my lunch I need to make some potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and do them. I'm going to go ahead and do them right now and prep them for lunch, and then I don't have to do it after a while. Okay, so I'm going to switch out this little Picoius cutting board with my big cutting board, one of the bigger cutting boards. It's not my big Picoius, but it is bigger because I get enough stuff all over the place, much less doing it right now. So I rinsed this, put this back out here on the board. Well, I rinsed it yesterday when I came in from the store, so it's been rinsed. I don't not rinse stuff. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to chop it, and I'll be back. I think I might just leave the video on today. For those of you that just like to sit and listen, we'll talk about something. We'll just see. See how I turn those leaves? I kind of scrunch them up and turn them. Kind of make a roll out of them. And then I can chop. And you don't have that flying all over the place. Boy, spinach is good for you, and especially after my iron, craziness. I still am not feeling very well over that, y'all. It feels like muscle, well, I dropped stuff, my hands, I can't hold on to stuff. And it only started after, let me get a bowl. It only started after them trying to give me that iron infusion. I had always been well. And then now, it's like, you have a Charlie horse, maybe. Look at this. Kind of a Charlie horse-like sensation. You're not going to fall, but you don't know because your muscles are so weak. Feeling. Maybe that's just part of the being allergic to the infusion. I don't know. And you can't never. I've got doctors that I can call, but there's no sense in bothering them because they don't know what went on. So. I don't know why that's been since last Friday, and today is Wednesday. So if I don't get better by Friday, I'm going to ask them what's going on with my body. What have y'all done to me? You have named Billy Jean. You have named him till he can't even hold on to nothing. I'm doing a little better. Some hours I do better than some. I just feel like my muscles I've been on a big workout, and I'm gonna cut this I'm gonna chop this right here. It'll go partially in the bowl, the chop bowl, and then partially I'm gonna use it with my eggs, because I'm gonna scramble me some eggs with some of this spinach. Mother'd be a lot better off if she'd eat this, but you know, she gets what she wants, and if she don't want it, I think if you've lived 93 years, you can do what you want to do. That's why I do everything for her, y'all, because she took care of me, and when I pooped my pants or whatever, she never argued about me or one of my two siblings. She was there with us through thick and thin. And it's not my place to say, well, you should be down doing this or doing that with your mama or my mama, or I just do what I feel is right. The good Lord wants me to do. And I feel like it's a godsend that I have her, so enjoy her. We have our little ups and downs, but who don't? I told her a while ago when I was getting her, trying to get her out of the bed and come into, she gets out of bed, but when we were walking, I said, it's like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. She said, yeah, that's right. So she went in there to do her exercise on that little thing that I bought her, that little, whatever it is, elliptical. No, not elliptical, that's not right, Billie Jean. It's a little thing you set and your feet go like this, and it does it automatic. It's get it off of Amazon. I think Grandma Lois bought her one. I hope she likes it, because Mother does it twice a day, and I think that's helped her get over that broken hip better than anything in the world. Okay, let's turn our pan on. And I'm going to put some butter this morning. We're going to use butter. We are going to use butter this morning. We got a little spatula thing. I don't know how much butter I want, but I want a little bit. These utensils are so big and so long, I can't hardly use them. I'm gonna have to get some that's shorter. Y'all, I've been so sick of the ones that got the pans and stuff. I hadn't even got them off, and I'm gonna try to do that today. The contest people, I'm gonna try to get those pans off today. So if you hear this, you know I'm doing the best that I can. I really am. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of this spinach in my. Okay, got that in there. I'm trying to see. I think that's going to be enough. Enough spinach. Might do another. We need all the iron we can get. So we just pile it in there. Let me get some of this off here. Well, I hope y'all are doing good. Let me get this put in here. And I hope that y'all are not freezing like we're fixing to. Because it's fixing to get hairy out there, as they say. That spinach smells so good when it cooks. I've got my frozen onions. I'm going to put a few frozen onions in there, not much. Since this is just for one person. This is my base for a lot of stuff, y'all. And I'll tell you what I can do. I'm going to do this for my potatoes also. So I'm just going to do it all in one pan, then I'll take out what I need for my breakfast. You just kind of get that. Put a few more onions in it because we're going to use this twice today. That's the onions, alright. You did it. That's alright. We like onions. They're good for us. They're a natural kind of antibiotic. I hope y'all tried that croissant bread pudding. It was so good. I just come up with that recipe yesterday because I knew I had to make that. I knew I had to make something with those croissant rolls or I was going to lose. I don't like wasting, y'all know that. I don't know if y'all remember. I remember Mama, she'd have chili left over and she'd make chili and eggs. Y'all remember eating chili and eggs? Some of you in the South probably do. I hadn't thought of that in forever, 100 years, eating chili and eggs. Now I'm going to put a little garlic. Let me take out from my let's see where my pan is. Okay, I'm going to take out from my eggs just enough to, that's all we're going to use in our eggs. Now then, I'll put a little garlic in there for the garlic. I'm just going to use now then, I'm going to take these peas. Y'all seen me make this before, but I needed to make it because I did not want to waste. That's a lot of peas, but let's get it. We'll put some salt on those because gotta have salt on those peas and some pepper. Yeah, I felt like a short order cook today, trying to do 2 or 3 things at once, but it saves me. Put a little celery seed in that. It saves me from having to do it after a while. Now I'm going to get our Simply potatoes. So that opened, and I'm going to put those Simply hash brown potatoes in there. May have to get a bigger skillet. I think this will be alright. Now then, let me get a handle. Get one of these corrode handles so I don't fly this all over the floor. Try to mix this down in there. This is good for your body. As a side dish or as a main dish, I can eat this. I've noticed that when I get hungry, I can eat this by itself because it's so good for you. I know. And the flavor's not bad. I'm not saying that at all. The flavor's not bad at all. Let's get those knife clean. I mean that spatula cleaned off. Let that just sit there and kind of cook a little bit. Kind of think we'll add a little bit of water to that, just to kind of steam that and get that If you use a non-stick pan, this will burn pretty easy. So I always use some kind of non-stick pan. Because those potatoes, now there's a little more water. Because those potatoes, they seem to stick to like an iron skillet or something. So I wouldn't want to do this in an iron skillet. There's no sense unless you're... Okay, let's just poke that down a little bit. So let's sit there and cook. Put a lid on it if you want to. Okay, let's check this now. I have used this on rice. I've used it with just putting cheese on top of it to give it a little better flavor, but it's not just your old-fashioned black green English peas as they call them. See how they come out, they're soft and they got some flavor, and they're easier to eat than having them fly all over the table off your fork. So now I've got my green pea mixture kind of fixed, and what I do, I'll show you, which I can go ahead and let me get some. Let me get this cheese here, and I buy the shredded Colby, the Colby Jack or the Mexican cheese. If I wanted to do a bake, I could. This will take it up a notch a little bit. I just put the cheese on top of that. Pretty good. Trying to keep from getting all over the stove. Now then, I'll take my lid and I'll just set my lid. Since this don't fit the pan real well, I'll just let it sit there, and that'll melt that cheese down into that, and it's really tasty. I mean, it really is. If you're kind of one that doesn't care for eating, you can just add, most of my recipes, if you notice, I just add the things that I have and know that I need to use. Because there's no sense in throwing your stuff away. That's the way I feel about it. We were raised, you do not throw stuff away. You do with what you got and make do with what you got. So let's set that back over here. Let me get this out a little bit. Get my butter put up. Let me get my little egg pan there. I'm trying to get this kind of back to what it should be, because I'm not used to it when I've got all this big stuff up here. And y'all may not, I just now thought y'all may not can see with that light on. Might be better off. See now how that, turn that back on. See how that's baked down? Now you just dip that out. And we're gonna leave that for our lunch, so we gotta have something for lunch or dinner. Now what I'm going to do with my little baby pan is I'm going to I buy these, y'all was talking about my brown eggs. I buy these Member Mark pasture raised brown grade A large eggs. They're cage free and they're good eggs. I like them. So we're going to just have two. I bought some blueberries because Mother likes blueberries on her cereal. She doesn't have to have anything. She's the most copacetic person in the world that I know of. Alright. Let me get my smaller spoon out. Let me go ahead and I'm going to break one of my eggs into here, into this baby pan. And I'm going to break this into this baby pan. About like that. Get all that out there. Now then, I can add just a little salt, a little pepper. We'll just set that back on our burner for a minute. Get this kind of wiped up. I've got the stove in the mess again, which is normal for me, normal for Billie Jean. Now we just let that cook there for a minute, scramble it up. Okay, so this is what Mama gets. Y'all wonder, she gets her Cheetos, or Cheerios, not Cheetos, Cheerios. She'd look at me crazy if I said gave her Cheetos and milk. She gets her Cheerios and her blueberries with some milk and a cup of coffee. This is what she wants. I try to cook her anything she wants. This is what she wants. So this is what Mama gets. Alright, so now she'll have some coffee. I'll get her some coffee with some cream. And we're just letting that sit there and kind of cook. Well, thank goodness the eggs didn't burn. Thank goodness those eggs did not burn. Because what happened, I took Mother her breakfast, cut y'all off, and then took her breakfast. And she wanted me to move the clock. Well, I stopped and moved the clock. So now I'm afraid I'll eat it no matter what. So let me just try to chop this up, because they're way overdone, but they're okay. They'll be fine. Kind of like with when you have kids, you eat whatever the kids don't want to what you eat. It's kind of the way it is around here. If something gets burned or something, then I'll eat it myself, because I don't mind. Well, it turned out better than I thought it would. After I had to wait 10, I don't know, so many minutes. I'm putting them on let's see, I've got to get a plate. That might warm me out, getting that big old clock turned around for her off the wall. Let's put them on get our blue dining ribbon. Put it on that, just so we can. So there's our spinach eggs, scrambled eggs. There's our spinach scrambled eggs. Don't waste none of it, Billie Jean. And then I've got us some crispy toast. I'll cut that on a paper plate over here, because I don't want them crumbs. I kept working here at the stove, you know, and I kept getting crumbs, more crumbs. And I thought, well, if you wouldn't cut on that stove, you wouldn't have all those crumbs. So I'm just going to cut them on that paper plate. And then I'll get some butter. Can't do without butter. Y'all know that. So I hope that all of y'all are not snowed in yet. Probably the ones up in Canada, and then up north you are. I watched some little gal from up there, and it looked like she had snow all around her house. When I have time to watch, I don't have time to watch a lot. There's a little bit of bread. Then we'll get a little bit of, let me turn the, see that stove's still on. I forgot it. That's enough toast. I've got 2 more pieces, but I don't really want it. Put my crock back over in the butter. I've got my butter bell, but let me get my old cow out of the way, my creaming cow. Put her over here. Let's see, let me get some jelly and I'm just going to put a dollop. I don't have much of that Concord grape jelly that I made, but I'm going to put a dollop of Concord grape on there because I just don't have a lot of it. Still got a little jar. Not much. That'll just give you enough sweetness to make you sweeter all day. Y'all may think that looks like the Dickens, and it probably does to some people, but that's the way we eat around here in this neck of the woods. So that's going to be my breakfast, my little eggs that I put onion and spinach in, and then I made that little bit of toast and grape jelly, and here's our lunch. See that bake? Alright, it's not a bake, it's a fry, but that'll be so good with our pork or whatever you want, or hamburger, just to make for your table. Yeah, so today that storm is coming Friday for a lot of the south, so it's going to be pretty, I don't know how bad, but I went to the grocery store yesterday and I got our stuff that we needed, and I think I got enough. I bought 2 deals of milk and eggs and just the basics, you know, because I've got most everything, because I bought during COVID and stuff, I bought all that powdered milk and stuff, so I keep that replenished just in case you need milk. I always keep powdered milk. I've got a deal of powdered eggs. I've got yeast to make bread. I've got rice. Freezers have meats in them. So, you know, you just kind of think ahead. Get your little SOS box. And then you can keep your stuff in the cabinet just in case you need it. See, like the other day I ran out of milk. Well, I opened up one of those powdered milks and I made milk because I wanted to make gravy. So see, I had that on hand. And I don't keep it till it's ruined or nothing like that. I always try to use it, you know, in between times, and then buy a new one. But yesterday for breakfast I had the Malta meal. I'm going to make some of those Malta meal muffins before long. Those are always good, and I remember them as a kid eating them, and they're good for you. I'm pretty sure they're good for you. But I appreciate every one of you. I bless y'all every day. I know y'all bless me and Mama. We appreciate it. We love all the comments. I can't get to all of them to answer them most of the time. I'm doing better. But if you see, a lot of my comments are 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because I go to sleep for a few hours, then I wake up and I can't go back to sleep. Maybe I should have a midnight 2 or 3 o'clock show in the morning for people that can't sleep and play music, or I'm not going to sing. That'll wake them up for sure. Well, we'll talk to you soon. God bless you. God bless us. Wish y'all was here. You could have some eggs or you could have some other stuff. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.